Hello again. Yeah, I'm in a kind of pensive mood right now because sometimes when I start a new one of these, I find myself thinking, is this really worth it? I mean, I've done hundreds of these now. Is it? Is there any point? Is there anybody out there getting anything out of this? Uh, is it mathematically viable, provable, demonstrable, whatever? And then I get things happen like today when I processed the horse racing information from yesterday, from Tuesday, and over the 4th of June, that is. And it was like a win of £100,000. And, you know, it's an algorithm which has been in existence since the beginning of 2018. And the whole argument is that if you bet randomly against random outcomes, you're basically sticking your neck in a noose. You will come to grief eventually. Maybe not immediately, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week or next month. But at some point, everything will go shit-shaped, pear-shaped. The wheels will come off, whatever. You know, and you know, that's the up and the down of it. If you have a fixed strategy which does not waver and which is backed by not an infinite amount of money, but a decent amount of money, at least $250,000 if you've got a $25 minimum bet. So that's what I'm working with this baccarat thing. I do go off the rails every so often, largely because I've said to myself, okay, in order to demonstrate the viability of running away from a shoe that you are not comfortable with, you have to do the alternative, which is to stay with a shoe that you're not comfortable with. And so that's it's kind of a tightrope, really. It's a tricky one. But in the end, it comes down to the fact that, and I've just processed some more data playing banker against all the baccarat shoes that I have in the current model, playing banker and then player and then hop and then avant-dernier, which is the French thing, which basically means win before last. I call it wobble. You bet on whatever of the two possibilities. You don't count ties, banker or player, whichever came up in the hand before last, then you back that. Problem with that, of course, is that then you're betting on banker, and that to me is just always a dumb idea. But that's my opinion, to which I am entitled. This is 1-2 third. 3-2 drop. I used to say 3-2 minimum, but I've realised after being prodded that that's very confusing. So now I'm calling it 3-2 drop, so it's 4-2. 4-2 it is. 6-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10-8. Long grass already? My goodness me. See, this is probably a shoe I'd run away from. 18-8, which is, the drop is to 4. 18-8, and I think we should probably call it 2-1 from now on. Let's get serious. Okay, so now it's 1.5. One. Half 1. And that was a pretty easy out. So we're back to the minimum. Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, it is confusing when I say minimum, and then it's not minimum. It's just a reduced bet. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Oh dear, if I'm not coughing and spluttering, I'm yawning. I don't know. I slept about 9 hours last night too. Ridiculous. Okay. Back to the min. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third, again. 3, 2, drop. 3, 2 it is. 3, 4 because of the tie. 7, 8. Second. Nicely done, player. But it's kind of a rhythmic thing, basically. You know, it's nothing to do with whim or emotion or any of those things. It's a matter of keeping a strict relationship as far as possible between the value of the next bet, the bet that you are about to push onto the table, and the amount that you need to win in total to get yourself out of the hole with a modest profit. That's what it all comes down to. Anyway, double for the loss. And again, I mean, it's like this is you know, like Groundhog Day. Okay, 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 4, 2 it is. 2, 3 for the turnaround. There it is. Double for the loss. Repeat that one. 51 second. 2, 3 third. And we're out, minimum. Double for the loss. Groundhog Day all over again. 5, 3 drop. Did I say 2, 3? No, I didn't do that right, did I? 1, 2. So now it's 3, 2 drop. I beg my pardon. 3, 2 drop. So, okay, 3, 2 it is. 1, 2. Now 3, 4 for the tie. We've done that one before, haven't we, too? 7, 8. Second. Getting hairy again. 15, 16. Third. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now 3, 1.5. Drop. 4, 1.5. 4.5. 1.5. 5, 1.5. Bloody hell. Let's leave it at 5, 1.5 because we got robbed of a couple there. So 5, 1.5. 6.5, 3. Damn it. 3.5. 4. And then, you know, you're always going to get people that say, well, you just got lucky. You just got lucky. I mean, and if that had gone the other way, then blah, 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 blah. It's all nonsense. It just keeps on happening. And there's hours and hours of these things now, because in part they're for me, they're practice for me. But, you know, it's just, it's irritating. It's frustrating, but it's irritating. You know, so 1, 2, third, back there again. 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 4, 2 it is. 6, 4. 10, 8. Bloody hell. It's a really bumpy one, isn't it? Look at the number of wins to the number of losses, though. It's not good. Okay, so 18, 8, so that's 2, 1. drop. Two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one. Okay, I'll call it 1.5, 1, just because I'm not greedy. Okay, so now 1.5, 2. And there we go again. So, if you watch enough of these, you'll see why, first of all, random betting is the epitome of stupidity. And secondly, why the only way that you can possibly make any progress, make any profit at these games is with random betting. But more than that, the random betting has to have an enforced relationship between the amount that you need to win to turn around and the amount that you're putting out on the table. So now, because we need a wide spread, we're going to go back to a minimum. And it doesn't matter that you wouldn't be able to do that at the same table, possibly. We're not at the same table as far as I'm concerned, simply because all we care about is win and loss patterns. We don't care about the rest of the smokescreen, the fluff, the nonsense. And that's what it is. Double for the tie. I think that's like 3-4 now, isn't it? Second. Good enough. And of course the irony of all of this is that you make the most when you risk the most. I mean, it's not really that surprising, I guess. Unlike with the martingale, for instance, where the more you risk, it makes no difference, because at the end of the day, when you get your 1-win turnaround, you win 1 unit. Well, that's ridiculous. That's just idiocy. Where are we? This is 51, isn't it? This cheat thing down here is really helpful. 2, 3, third. There we go. Minimum. +1 for the win. 51 second. Repeat it. 1, 2 third. No, 1, 2 second. 3, 4 is third. It's already a turnaround, so we try again. 7, 4 drop. 9, 4. Uh-oh. Okay. I have to make a note of all these things. What is it? Okay, so snap it. Save it. New shoe. And we're on 9-4, but we're dropped. We don't double when we're in a drop situation. So now we'll call it 7-4. Now it's 11-8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I can call it 11-12. The double down rule, just so you know, after a tie, as long as the bet is 100 or less, you can double in response to a tie, just to sort of make a little bit extra when you finally turn around, or to speed up the turnaround, one of the two, maybe both. But if you get a tie, and it enables you to go from the if you did sorry, I'm struggling here. So I'm just trying to sneeze, but it's not happening. Anyway, okay. So if a tie occurs and you are in a recovery mode, but not a turnaround mode, then you can turn that bet into a turnaround. So what we do is it's 7-4. Okay. So then we went to, oh dear, where am I? I'm completely lost now. 7-7-4. So that was 11-8. So now we're going to go to 11-12. We're going to make it a turnaround bet. Okay, finally, I'm on the ball. All right, well, we don't do anything now because it's already a turnaround. So we just hope for a player win. And we got it. So, that's great. And it wasn't luck. It was just, it's slightly less than 50-50 that we're going to get what we need. Add 1 for the win. Double it for the tie because it's 100 or less. Now we go to the winning streak maximum, and then we'll repeat that. We don't double down, we don't double these. Okay, and if we lose the next one, then we'll eat it. But we didn't. Okay, so that takes us back to the min now. +1 for the win. 51 second. 2-3 third. 5-3 drop. 5-3 it is. 5-3 it is. Oh my god. 5-3 it is. 5-3 money on the table. 8-6. 2-3. 5-6. Oh, we're back to 11-12, damn it. Okay, so now we're on 2.5, 1.5, drop. 3, 1.5, 4, 3.5, 1.5, 4, 1.5, damn it. 4.5, 1.5, why am I laughing? 5, 1.5, 5.5, 1.5. You think I wouldn't run away from this? 5.5, 1.5, 5, 1.5, 3.5, 3, 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, second. And finally, we come out of it. 14 bets won, 16 lost, shoe balance 2,250. I mean, come on people, get with the program. +1 for the win. +1 +1. Chase it. And we're out. Minimum. One, 2, third. And we're out. Minimum. 1, 2, third again. And we're back to the minimum again. +1 for the win. +1. plus 1, repeat it, out of trouble there, minimum, plus 1 for the win, 51 second, 2, 3 third, 5, 3 drop, 5, 3 it is, 8, 6, 14, 12, long grass again, now 2, 3, 1, 2, oops, that's not right, 2, 3, I'm not greedy. Alright, so we're out of that. 28 won, 27 lost, 1 ahead of the house, 3,000 in the bank. Draw your own conclusions. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51 second. Repeat. Minimum. I think I did something wrong there, didn't I? Shouldn't I have gone minimum? I think I'm back to the min now. I think I fucked up here. 51, and then there's the second one, and that should have been 1. Sorry, it should have, yeah. So this one is 50 is the right bet this time. Okay, so now we're on 51. Okay, I'm not going to bother to chase this. We got 3,300 profit out of this shoe, so I think that's a reasonable return for 10 minutes work. Yeah, these things are always faster than an actual shoe with an actual dealer and all that stuff. Alright, so save the shoe and let's do the paperwork. Yeah, 2 good shoes there. Yeah, we did go down a bit. But we have a big fat bankroll. You've got to keep that in mind. We have a lot of money behind us, even if it's funny money. It's a lot of money. Okie dokie, 766. And we're looking at 15,500.
This is a reminder, drink water.
Divided by 25. And look at the number of wins to the number of losses on this first one. Oh my goodness.
This is a reminder, drink water.
Alright. Alexa, 15,500 divided by 25.
15,500 divided by 25 is 620.
12,325 divided by 43.
12,325 divided by 43 is approximately 286.6279.
620 divided by 287.
620 divided by 287 is approximately 2.1603.
Okay, so that's 216%, people, so, you know, that's not too bad. I should have started calling it the drop a long time ago, because I've been calling that anyway for months. 620 divided by 287 equals 216%. So that's a really, really good demonstration. I think the next one might be in similar vein, actually, because we did have to dig a bit. Uh, 12,500 divided by 32, 9,200 divided by 30 plus minus. Alexa, 12,500 divided by 32.
12,500 divided by 32 is 390.625.
9,200 divided by 30.
9,200 divided by 30 is approximately 306.6667.
That's 307. Not that dramatic then.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, 391 divided by 307.
391 divided by 307 is approximately 1.2736.
Okay, so we just made the 125% target. That's good enough. Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to stop doing these things because, you know, it's ebbing my life away. But then that is my choice, so I really can't complain. 127%. I mean, in a way, I'm kind of waiting all the time for the other shoe to drop, and it's not happening. Well, it does happen when I say to myself, okay, the only way for me to know that running away from a shoe that I don't like is the right way to go, I should do the opposite and stay with shoes that I don't like, and that's when I get into trouble. So that, you know, you look at the well, let's have a look at the, as we are right now, the last 30 with the reds are being pushed out the bottom again, and as you can see, even where we've got reds, we've got big wins that make up for them. I mean, that was 308, 356, 360, about 370,000 lost. And then we won 400,000 here, 403,000, and then 1,700 lost, and then after that we won 11,000, 11,250. So, you know, that's basically how it works. I mean, you know, you get into a tough situation, and you get out of it, but sometimes it takes longer than you would prefer. But, you know, we can't control everything in our lives. We can certainly control a lot, as I'm demonstrating here time and again. But, you know, timing is something that is not within my control. And it's like with the horse racing version of this, and it is basically exactly the same principle. You know, the nitty gritty is a little bit different because the gaps between wins are far greater with target HR, as I call it. But I mean, you know, day before yesterday, we won £100,000. You know, great. And it's now put us at almost 6 million over 2.5 years. But it's funny money again, you know. So lots of people will say it doesn't prove anything if it's not real money. And I get that. I understand that feeling. But the point is that you can't do research with real money and real time. You have to be able to speed things up. You have to be able to get a grip on the big picture by, you know, sort of pulling the big picture down a little bit so that you can look at it in front of you on a screen, rather than having to spend, you know, I mean, you can imagine if I'd been going day by day, changing, switching, bit back and forth, trying this, trying that, you know, can't do that. But I started that whole thing on January the 1st, 2018. So, you know, it's like 6 years plus now, because we've got all of 18, all of 19, a little bit of 20 because there was a lockdown, and then half of 20 after that, and then 21, 22, and now, you know, and 23. So, oh God, it's it's masses. It's masses and masses. And the bankroll currently stands a little shy of 6 million, out of which I would have removed half to get it out of danger and to actually put it to good use. And anyway, that's that. I'm at 30 minutes now, so I should shut my mouth and let you folks get on with your lives. Ouch. Ooh, dear. First it's a nearly sneeze, and then it's a blah. One of those things where, what was it my auntie used to say? Oh dear, somebody just walked on my grave. Lovely.